Hey everybody, it's Dustin Bynum here. This is another Bynum Group DIY. Came across, I started a project on another YouTube video. I left it posted, but it's completely unfinished. The thought process is to duplicate some butcher block countertops or work surfaces that I had that I was using for my office. And needless to say, butcher block is a fairly difficult project, especially with the tooling that I have. So I tried some different strategies on laminating up some remnant boards, and the stuff I was using was softwood. It was really twisted, had a lot of knots and stuff in it, so I just wasn't getting a flat enough work surface to kind of continue on with the project. So I got about halfway through it. Tried putting some all thread all the way through all the different strips, and I just wasn't happy with the end outcome. Really, I mean, I knew at the beginning I needed to have hardwood or something that was going to be a real stable structure. It wasn't going to twist up, and I wanted to try to make use of all the junk lumber that I had laying around, and lesson learned. Using junk products is going to give you a junk outcome. So, anyways, the idea was to kind of go for a farmhouse look, and lo and behold, a solution kind of presented itself. So, let me turn around and show you what I got here. So, family member left these, and basically what they are is they're scaffold boards. They're laminated plywood scaffold boards. They're a little over 12 feet long, and they basically, they're just out of code. Can't be used. They're just beat up on the edges, look really horrible. They're not compliant any longer, so they got abandoned. It's fairly difficult to chop these down or to get rid of them, unless you got a trailer or some way to haul them. Anyways, they just moved on over into my driveway. And the thought was, well, what can I do with these? Well, it's nice reclaimed wood for starters. It's used and abused, which is usually what you got to pay extra for nowadays. And it's laminated, so it's super straight. It's very dense. It's a super hard wood that was otherwise just going to get abandoned. So I said, let's see if I can hold on to these and figure out a solution. So anyways, the thought process here is, I like the distressed look. I want to keep the distressed look, but I need to also make it functional and usable at the same time. So how do I get the best of both worlds? And that's kind of been a question I'm trying to figure out right now. So anyways, I started with just a simple shelf, and basically what I did was kind of seal up the wood. Let me show you kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm applying a coat of paint. I kind of got the idea to start this video after I started the project, but I got this just basic outdoor enamel grade paint, and threw a coat of white over the top of it. And on top of that, let me show you the product. So I'm using this Varathane satin and poly weathered gray satin stain. It's really kind of it's very translucent. It's kind of in the realm of making things look kind of distressed. So with this nice white rich background on this wood, it's kind of sealing up all the splinters and weathering that this laminate board has. And we got these nice deep pockets here that have kind of been raised from the years of being out in the open and being used and abused. I also got these tooling lines in here from joining several pieces of laminate together to get those big long glue lam sticks. And you can see the grain is just really thick and embossed on there. So basically what I'm going to do is get this white coat on here and then go back over with that gray and let it soak into the grain, and kind of give it that that distressed look. So it's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be more brilliant. It's going to be definitely look a little bit more production than what we have over here, which is, you know, you got evidence of water staining. It's been sitting out. You know, it's nice reclaimed wood. It just not production looking. So to get that farmhouse distressed look and make it production like, we're going to add a couple of coatings on it. And this is going to help us, since we're going to be using this on top of a work surface, a table. So what we did is for our office furniture, we took some old kitchen tables that were gifted to us. They're handed down, and we painted them our company colors. And then we put work surface on it. The work surface that we had originally were butcher blocks that we found by the pallet. It was old clear out stock from basically IKEA. Had these fantastic butcher block countertops, and they were clearing them out. We got them for 25 bucks a stick, and we ended up buying a whole pallet. So over the years, we've kind of used up that inventory. We had 3 sticks of it left. We put those into our office furniture to kind of give it a very custom office look. Well, we need more desks, we need more furniture, and we need to make the office have a cohesive look, like it's not just mishmash furniture in there, so it's kind of planned out. And then still be able to maintain that farmhouse look, farmhouse industrial kind of look. So this is the plan. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and finish up getting the color down on these sticks, and then I'm going to come back for the next portion of this video and start slapping some stain in on the top of that, so you can kind of see how it soaks into the grain, and what we did with that very first shelf that we kind of did the test run on. So pretty happy with the end outcome. We've actually liked the end solution well enough that we actually have started using it in other portions of the office. We've done some vanities and stuff in the bathroom space that needed some countertop thoughts into it, and we actually went with our company color blue on the countertops that we're going to do an inverted stain on that seems to be kind of pulling all the color tones and themes together in the office. So this cereal was absolutely a godsend. I think most people would have probably just passed it up. It's not exactly the reclaimed farm wood that you might be pulling off the side of a barn, or it's not really like pallet-like. It's super dense, and it's super hard, and it's super flat. And it's just not twisty at all, which makes it great for a desktop. We can go ahead and put some sort of tempered glass over the top of it, so that we can actually have a decent writing surface, or even if we want a leather pad, that would work too. But for the most part, we're not actually writing on these desks, we're using laptops. So we got a mouse pad and a laptop that just needs a work surface and a chair for, and that's going to be perfect for that kind of application. Just being creative with the materials that we have. Reuse and repurpose and recycle is kind of the name of the game. We could go with just off-the-shelf store-bought furniture, and then it would look like off-the-shelf store-bought furniture that any other office has. And we kind of want to be a little bit more unique, and we want to kind of have more of an ambiance and a personality to our office than just having something that could be any old off-the-shelf thing. So we've been kind of capitalizing on the fact that there's a lot of used furniture that we can get for little to nothing, and with the right vision and pull together, we can kind of make that a cohesive styling for our office space. And we've done this with a ton of different pieces so far, and it kind of was all an afterthought, and it came together in a really fantastic way. So we'll continue this video out. I may actually append this on, or at least append on the original thought process that we abandoned, to kind of see, show you what not to do. Fortunately, we didn't get too deeply involved into a time suck on that, but we started getting to the point where to make it work was going to cost money, and the idea was to not spend money on it. It was to use reclaimed materials so that you have a reclaimed look. And so once you get to the point, the breakover point, where you're going to start going to Home Depot to buy parts for a, basically a science experiment, it just completely defeats the purpose. The idea is to have it be salvaged and to work with what you have on hand, because I think that's really the thing that gives that authentic nature to a farmhouse project. It's making do with what you have at that particular moment, and some of the happy accidents you have for the aesthetics is kind of what gives it that character and that charm. So every time we see something that looks like it could be possible for a good salvage project, we kind of inventory it and save it for a future thing. And this particular material has just been fantastic. I couldn't have been happier with some reclaimed 2x6 material. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. So let me cut away, and then we'll come back for the next portion of this video. Stay tuned.